Greetings Space Explorers, this is the Long Journey Home brought to you by Glukkt Entertainment. Now this is a game about space exploration, survival elements into this. The general premise is that you have 4 crew members which you pick at the start of the game, which we'll get into after the introduction and the options. You have the 4 crew members, they each have their own little special skills, so you can mix and match to get more replayability in this game. You are going for a jump drive to search a new area that Earth wants to explore, but then everything goes wrong and you crash and you end up on the other side of the universe, and your objective is to travel through into the center of the universe to get back to Earth. Sounds very similar, I know. When I first read up on this, I thought, hey, this is a knockoff No Man's Sky, an indie version. Well, No Man's Sky was an indie game, but it turned not into an indie game, if you know what I mean. But I'm not going to get into No Man's Sky today. We're going to be doing the Long Journey Home. Let's just have a look at the options really quickly. I don't really put too much effort into options menus, but we got all the normal things we like. Action pad skin, you can have the 360, the Xbox One. I presume that's supposed to be PS4, but it says DS4. And Steam controller, if you wish. It does tell you that using the controller it's not mandatory, but it's a lot easier to use while you're flying your spaceship around the galaxy, which I can completely agree with. But on the store page it says full controller support. There is some menus in this game that you cannot function with a controller. So just bear that in mind. If you're going to use a controller, you're going to have to grab your mouse at some point to navigate some menus. But let's start off by just start jump mission. I'm not going to continue because my game was going extremely badly. So if we start jump mission, and nice quick loading screens, here are the crew members. We've got 10 of them in total, and you can see each of them different grade, different role and different item. So you can just go ahead and pick who you think is necessary. I picked this doctor last time because he can protect you from the creatures. Scavenger kit sounded useful. Lander repair, that sounded useful, and the major hull repair sounded useful. So that's what I went with last time. I'm going to go with something completely different this time, just because it doesn't really matter. I'm just going to show you the basics of the game today. Like Ash's pet plant, like what's that for? But let's just go with him. And a blogger, we like a bit of blogging. Major hull repair, yeah, we'll keep that one. No, we won't. We'll remove her. Lander repair, because the lander gets damaged to hell. And a skull. So you select your 4 crewmates out of the possible 10. Then you can pick a ship. There's 3 different ships in the game. This is like your middle-ranged one. Everything's pretty middle-ish. Cargo space, you're just missing that one line there. Gives you all the information you need when picking the ship. This one is the big, strong ship with the big amount of space, but not so good at the jump range or the maneuverability. I think maneuverability, I can't even say that word properly, sorry. Yeah, that is pretty important because actually flying the ship in space is rather difficult. So I'm going to go with this one this time. Hull strength and fuel tank is going to be a bit of an issue, but we'll see how we get on with that. Lander, again, this one is the middle of the range one. This one is a quick with a big fuel tank, so but less space. There's only 2 of them actually. I thought there was 3. Oh, there is 3. Right, where were we? Odyssey. I think he's the middle of the range one. No, he's the middle of the range one. The Serenity. The Pathfinder is the quick and durable one, and the Odyssey is the strong one. So we're going to go with the Serenity for now. The Seed, you can enter the code and share the exact same universe with your friends, because this is all procedurally generated and everything is different all the time, each time you start a game, apart from the start. You got 2 different modes. You got Explorer mode or rogue mode. Explorer mode is where the game's going to be a lot easier. Obviously you're going to be enjoying the exploration more than the combat and more than the harsh survival elements. Rogue mode, people will get injured much more quickly. People will be dying a lot as well, and your ship will take a lot more damage if you end up in a fight. So you can start from Earth, do that if it's your first playthrough, or you can start after the jump, which you'll understand after you've done a first playthrough. This is designed to have multiple playthroughs, like you might start it, not like you set up, so you'll go back to a different startup. You can switch between the controller and mouse keyboard at any time, just press a key on the device. Great native support for both. You can just click your mouse and you go back to mouse, or click a controller button and you go straight back to controller. But flying and navigation is much easier with the controller. Like I said, that is a thing. So we're going to go ahead and start off the game now. Right, we're in the countdown and we're going to go 4, 3, 2, 1. Blast off. Right, so we are leaving Earth. Pretty nice little 2D graphics here. Past the line into orbit. Loading times are very, very quick. So this obviously is Earth, and if we click A we can leave, and now we will try to control this ship. Now we got a line going through our ship, and what we want to do is we want to aim the projectile towards the next planet we want to explore. Obviously this one is being Mars because this is still the tutorial, and what we want to do is we want to slow down because we want to try and orbit Mars. Now this is extremely tricky to actually get right, so bear with me. Once we enter the orbit we can activate that, and then we can click X to land, and we will be landing on Mars. So our little drone ship goes down to Mars. You have to learn how to land, which is a bit more difficult than you may think it would be. So we're controlling this dude now. A to use your thrusts, RT to reverse thrust, and this is where we're gonna land. We've gone past it, so we gotta sort of manipulate him down to the ground here, where that red blob is on the minimap. Every planet you land on, this will be the same situation. You've got to land at certain places to mine materials, to speak to aliens, etc, etc. So we're just going to land up there, and we're going to press Y, and we're going to visit them. So that is the basics of the game. Okay, so I've completed all the little text on Mars. There's a little bit of text on there just to explain what's happening. We're going to jump to Alpha Centauri now. Nothing can possibly go wrong, or can it? To do a jump you need to hold A and RT, and it will initiate a jump for you, and then once that's happened you can just let go of the buttons. And we're going to load in, and stuff is going to happen now. This is where the game actually starts. That was just a tutorial to teach you the basics of flying, and now we're going to do some crashing and shit's going to go wrong. This being my second playthrough, I'm going to be interested to find if I end up in the same starting location after the crash, or if it's a completely new location. We will soon find out. Obviously procedural generation is happening. Oh, I'm going the same direction. And there we are, we're on the outer rim of the universe now. Fly through all them galaxies to be able to pretty much get anywhere. Right, so this is the space flying. As you can see, you've got your arrow and you thrust. Yeah, it's exactly the same. So I think all this area is still considered the tutorial, and as you can see I've already crashed. You got to point your arrow and then use your thrust. If you need your weapons, you press and hold X, and your weapons will come up and they will start loading up. As you can see in the bottom there, the weapons are loading up, and then when I want to fire, left trigger, fired my weapons. But we don't need weapons right now. It's very rare that you need weapons in this game. Only if you piss someone off. So let's head into here. And see what's going on. Alright, so there is a horrible sequence just after that. Getting that information from that little resource place. Where you got to navigate through loads of rocks. And I just skipped the whole thing because you don't want to see that. It's just horrible. Right, so this is the first planet that you find. You need to get some metals, you need to get some gas, you know, and you need to repair your ship so you can be able to jump and try and get back the hell to Earth. So this is the first planet you'll find. Mission forecast harmless. These can be from harmless to iffy to you're gonna die. Like if you find a volcanic planet, then just don't land on it unless you're desperate. So we're gonna land on this one. And very much like when we took off from Earth and landed on Mars. But we're going to see a few things now on this one. There is a blue dot, a white dot. And we just, again, I'm pressing the wrong button. Okay, no problem. See the meters in the bottom left? That is fuel and the health of our little drone. This little drone can just break and die, and then you're just inevitably going to die very soon after that. So, right. This is a resource area, so we're going to try and land there. You've got to be very precise, which is rather annoying. 1 second. Bit of wind going on here, so we can now hold LT and drill the phosphates. Oh, we got 3. That's good enough for now. Then we're going to go to the middle area and see what this white one is. Ever get there. Here it is. And we're going to drill here as well. Our fuel is getting particularly low, so we're getting some aluminium here. Okay, and then we're going to try and get this blue one as well before our fuel runs out, which might be possible. Just about. So the fuel on this thing wears out very, very quickly. I think too quickly, to be honest. But right, so let's go to the ship menu and see what we just got. This is comms. If anyone wants to intercept you while you're flying around, you'll get a communication message. Your database, your mission reports, your logbooks, your locations. You can open the galaxy view from this menu as well, which will show you where you are at the moment and where you're eventually trying to get, which is here. There's Earth in the dead middle. So obviously you've got a lot of ground to make up. Let's close the map there. And then your bridge tells you what's going on here. Use metals. I'll find help to repair them. Okay. Didn't mean to do that. And the lander as well. Right, and we got the resources here. So blue ones are gas. They refuel you. Green ones refuel your jump drive. and then these repair. Normal metals repair. Just click on that, and there we go. Quarters of your people. So Siobhan has an injury. Malcolm, Ash and Zoe are all fine. And you can assign someone to the lander. I'm not entirely sure what difference that makes yet, but we'll see. So we can medical heal her if we want. And she feels much better now. She hasn't got a concussion anymore. Super duper. That's pretty much the basics of the game, guys. And what you're going to do then, you're going to fly and find somewhere else to explore, like this next planet. We're going to aim for that planet. It's just very, very difficult to control. We've got to slow right down to try and orbit this bloody thing. And that happens if you crash into a planet, which is never good. And we just try and position ourselves into the ring. And then initiate the orbit. And then we'll be able to land on that planet. See, this one's harmless as well. It tells you what you could possibly get out of it. No life forms, no hazards, etc, etc. So that is the long journey. I hope you enjoyed this video. It releases tomorrow, so be sure to go and check it out when it does launch. Thanks for watching, guys. Make sure to subscribe and like if you like this video. Bit longer than my normal videos, but oh well. Yeah, please subscribe to this channel if you enjoy the content, and until next time, folks, see you later.